Hey, Movies with Bruce. It's Wednesday night. We're doing a little recording for Thursday. As you see, we've got How to Train Your Dragon. We've got Finding Nemo, and we've even got a little bit of Frozen. So there's a whole lot of movies sitting over here. Just maybe 1/50th of the movies that I have in my house. But I wanted to ask you guys a question. If you're like me, you watch a lot of movies. Have you noticed an uptick in female-led movies? Anybody else notice that? I think I started noticing around the Star Wars or the Wonder Woman, and I thought, it seems like there was an announcement of an awful lot of female-led movies coming out. So let's look at that just for a second. Speaking of Captain Marvel did 1.1 billion with a B at the box office. The Force Awakens. Some may or may not argue that that was a female-led movie, but The Force Awakens, $2 billion in ticket sales. Wonder Woman, the original Wonder Woman, Part 2 is coming out, but the original Wonder Woman made $821 million in ticket sales. Lucy, 463. Maleficent was above that, but just below Wonder Woman. 758 million for Maleficent. Angelina Jolie commanded a good audience. Even an animated with the lead of a female, Alita Battle Angel, did 400 million. So is that something that you notice, that these female-led movies are doing well at the box office? Not so fast. A lot of folks think that Charlie's Angels, Dark Phoenix, Long Shot, which is a horrible movie, and The Kitchen, they just think that they all flopped. Maybe they didn't make budget, maybe they didn't do well in ticket sales, but so which is it? Casting a female or multiple females in the lead, is that a guaranteed flop, or is it a guaranteed bomb? Is it a guaranteed, success? I don't think it's either one, really. And I, being the movie person that I am, I don't necessarily see that a movie is coming out with a female and go, oh my gosh, I got to go see that. Now, Wonder Woman might be the exception to that, but it's because, of what it is and how long it's been. Golly, how long has it been since we've seen Wonder Woman in a cartoon or a TV show or a movie or anything? But now some of this other stuff has been repeated over and over and over and over. But which is it for you? I want to ask you, do you tend to gravitate when you see a movie preview because of the type of movie that it is? Because of who's in it, whether it's male or female? Or do you say, well, this movie's got a guy in it, I'm going to go see it. Or this movie's got a lady in it, I'm going to go see it. What gravitates you? What interests you? What pulls you to come and see a movie? For me, I guess it's, now, I will say, if an actor or an actress does well in a movie that I like, in a B position, just underneath the lead person or the lead actor or actress, if they do well in that under position, then like maybe a couple months later they come out and they're starring in a movie, I'll say, I really like that movie. I want to go see this and see if they do well in that. So what brings you, what attracts you to a movie? Is it because it's female-led or a female-led cast? So I wanted to look at some of the upcoming movies that are, quote-unquote, female-led for 2020. Now, guys, I told you that movie theaters will start opening around the end of May, 1st of June. They have. I told you that it would be, touch and go on the refills, that they would do it maybe funny or maybe different or maybe not at all. That's exactly what happened. I told you that new movies wouldn't come out towards the end of June, 1st of July. That's what we're looking at. So, have you been to a movie theater? If you have, tell me your experiences below. What did you find? Is it every other seat? Is it, the stuff's off the counter? I mean, my local movie theater, they're doing stuff different, and that's pretty much how they're doing it. It's the seating is different, the arrangement is different in the lobby. So if you've been to the movie theater, tell me what it's like. But guys, don't panic. Even if they don't start re-releasing new movies or releasing new movies until July, gosh, guys, we've still got 5 or 6 months left in 2020. So let's look real quick at some up-and-coming female-led movies. Number 1, Monster Hunter is going to be coming out September the 4th. It looks like it's going to be a combination of a couple of different movie lines that I kind of like, so I'll be interested to see. I'm tickled to death I haven't knocked all this over yet. But Monster Hunter is, the reason I want to mention it, number 1, it's female-led, but number 2, it's based on the video game So if you're familiar with Monster Hunter video game, did you know that there's a movie coming out in September for that? Well, you do now because you're watching Movies with Bruce. Next up, a lot of controversy over Disney's live adaptation of Mulan. This will be out around July the 20th, maybe a little bit later. An invading force pushes the emperor to draft one man from each family for their army. Well, Mulan steps up in disguise to honor not only her family and her country, but along the way become quite possibly the ultimate warrior. What else is coming up that's female-led? Number 3 that I want to mention to you is Black Widow. It's a little farther out, November the 6th, setting up with the events of Scarlet before she was one of the Avengers, before she became an Avenger. Black Widow in one of the installments. This is one of the new installments in Phase 4 of Marvel. So Black Widow's coming out towards the end of the year. What's next? A Quiet Place Part 2. This is coming out in September. Did you see Part 1? Did you see the first one of A Quiet Place? I don't necessarily think that was female-led, but apparently this one's going to be a little bit more intense towards that. Some of the notes that I made, I want you to tell me your thoughts on the first one. Did you see A Quiet Place? Did you, like me, I thought it was an extremely interesting, extremely different scary movie. So A Quiet Place is coming out September the 4th. And last but certainly not least is Wonder Woman 1984. It's coming out August the 14th. Rumored villain, Max Lord. He's a businessman, media mogul, and also Cheetah. I find it interesting that this is almost a double female lead with Gal Gadot and Kristen Wiig. Now, she was in Bridesmaids, Ghostbusters, How to Train Your Dragon. Yep. So I want to see if Kristen Wiig can pull off a villain. So that's another one that I would say, not necessarily because she's female, but because she's played all these other roles that are kind of opposite this one. And this is arguably one of her biggest roles. So this one is set in the 80s. And I'm busting, and I mean busting, to see this movie. But can Kristen Wiig pull that off? So there's 5 upcoming female movies. I want you to tell me what draws you to come and see a movie. What do you think when you see that movie and you say, I'm not interested in that? Why? Was it because of the actor, actress, because of the setting, because of the genre? When you see a movie, you go, oh my gosh, I want to see that. See, I want to see this Wonder Woman movie because I was a big fan of Wonder Woman when I was a kid. So, to me, the Black Widow movie, maybe the whole Avengers thing is being a little overdone for me. But what brings you to the movie theater? And have you been to a movie theater that's opened and showing some of these older movies? I want you to tell me what your experience was like, and if you liked it, and if you didn't like it, and what do you think is going to be different about the new movie theaters when they start to open? Everything's going to start to open up towards the end of June and the 1st of July. Movies are coming, guys. So thank you all very much. I made it to the end without knocking something over. Pow, pow. Anyway, hey, it's Movies with Bruce. We got to do a little impromptu stuff. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to catch me on YouTube and on Facebook. Movies with Bruce. Thanks, guys. Have an awesome week.